My name is Rochelle Charlton, and I'm the assistant director of the Kent Stage. I'm also part owner of the building, which is more than the Kent Stage, actually. My husband has done concerts and things for years, since he was about 18, and it was his dream to have his own theater. So he began talking with some of the city directors and that sort of thing about some place that a theater might be able to go. The folks that owned the movie theater at the time, they wanted to close this down, and they wanted to take over the plaza theaters, and they also wanted to enlarge them. So we were able to get this theater, and we actually rented it when we first moved in. But the person that owned the building had an offer, and so they said, if you want to buy the building, you have like a month to get it together, which is like but I think that we must have supposed to do this, I think, because we pulled it together, which was pretty, I mean, everybody just drops their job, but we pulled it together and we were able to get the building. Marvin Kent, most people are familiar with, who the city is named after. His sister, Amelia, married one of the first doctors in Kent, and his name was Dr. Joe Shively, and they built the first mansion in Kent. By today's standards, it really wouldn't necessarily be a mansion, it would just be a really large house or whatever, but they built it, and it was built on this lot, it was built on this spot. And they lived there for many years, and he did some of his practicing within the house, and they also had the first pharmacy in Kent. And then after they passed away, the house was razed and the theater went in. And Kent at that time was a big entertainment mecca. People came from all over the place to come to Kent because we had an opera house and a movie house and places where people could see plays and that sort of thing. So that's how it came to be. Well, welcome to the Kent Stage. We're going to go on a little tour. You'll see what all the stars see when they come here. This is like our green room area, and if there's a one specific star or whatever, they usually actually take over this room. It's kind of the nicer of the rooms. This used to just be like a big brick area, and there were piano doors. They're actually still there if you're on the outside of the building. We just covered them up, where you could open them up and you could load pianos in and out of this area. So we kind of transformed it to make it a little more inviting than just the brick wall. This is the hospitality room, and everything you see on the walls, these are all groups that have been at the Kent Stage, and they've all been signed by different performers that have been here. So, all right, we'll take you upstairs. A really interesting thing, I don't know if you're catching on camera that much, but there's all different kinds of brick and stone and things all around in here. And so things were recycled a lot. So we think, and some architects think, that maybe when the Shively house was taken down to make way, that part of that house still remains with us. Some of the bricks and things like that, and probably some of the other bricks came from other places downtown that were undergoing change as well. Lots of things come and go in this room, and the Kent Stage is haunted, and so this particular room seems to be a place where people lose things and people search for them, and then, like, literally months later they show up randomly. And then there's a bathroom back there where it's just an older bathroom, but there's a really interesting thing in that room that we'll take a look at because it's part of the history of the building. This theater housed the largest pipe organ in northeast United States at one point in time. So because they would play the organ while silent movies were on, and the pipes, the really tall pipes for the organ came up, and they were in these areas here. Well, we are downstairs at the Kent stage. We're actually going to go in the tunnels underneath the theater. And if the performers go back to their hotel rooms and then they come back, let's say like while the opening act is on or something, they use the tunnel access to make it backstage so people don't see them. What we're going to do is we're going to take the tunnel and we'll walk directly underneath the back end of the stage. Here we go. So a lot of the theater groups say that when they go through this tunnel, they can feel somebody poking them really hard in the back of the finger. They call it the finger poker ghost. So I haven't had that. A lot of other things, but not that. So anyway, now we're going to go up on the other side. And then we come out. Voila, back out in the theater. We have all kinds of shows here at the Kent stage. We have everything from traditional music like bluegrass and that sort of thing to rap music too. So we hope that you'll come down and check out the Kent stage and join us.